Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Deep Cuts Reactions and my name's Greg, and I was going to play some more of that concert that Jackson Browne did in New York, and I done the first part of it a few days ago. So anyway, here's the second part, and I'll again play three songs because it seems like that's what I can get away with just fine. But I'm including the banter between the songs just because I want to hear what he's saying. So, anyway, this is Jackson Browne in the RCA studios in New York, and this was broadcast, simulcast or whatever you want to say, by the radio station there. So, very cool to be able to listen to an FM radio, which was, they were halfway new back then, but just to listen to the radio and hear one of your favorite artists just in the studio there, just playing. So, anyway, let's go ahead and check this out. I thought it was so cool because it's Jackson Browne and David Lindley, and everything is just stripped down as it can be, two instruments, and that's it. So, anyway, let's listen to Jackson Browne go off on some banter. Anyway, here we go.
That was Uncola, folks. That's very strange, that all this is going on somewhere else too. Very feels funny. We'll recover, I guess. This is a song that I wrote for these three different girls that worked in these three different Mexican restaurants in LA. Over a period of about 2 years. I can fall in love very easily in a Mexican restaurant. I'm not sure what it is. I really don't. You don't really have Mexican food in New York. It tends to come out on the Italian side. I was here a couple weeks ago. I had a couple enchiladas that were more like ravioli, I think. That's all right. I'll settle for an Italian enchilada. I should say this is just for one girl. This is for this one girl I met in a restaurant where I used to go in there when I was making my record, and one day they had a new waitress in there, and she was really fine. I came through the door and fell down. Just right away. I couldn't get up. I couldn't say anything to her. To look at her, you'd think that she didn't speak any English, and that she was like about 24, maybe had like 3 or 4 little kids and an old man in Mexico, and she was just up in LA working for her aunt, in the restaurant to make a little coin. And she was wearing these beautiful Mexican dresses and ribbons in her hair. So I got real tongue-tied, but I also developed this real intense craving for Mexican food. And I was in there every day for lunch and dinner for about 3 weeks, and finally the family started sending her in the back of the kitchen when I'd come in, because they, not that anything was going on, I didn't know what to say to her, I was thinking of going over to Berlitz and trying to learn some Spanish, but I'd come through the door and I'd check out the whole thing. I'd figure out which section she was waiting on, and then I'd go sit there. Sometimes her Aunt Lucy'd, just to blow my mind, send her other sister over there, who was gigantic, and just sort of lean on me. What are you having? Your usual. Anyway, finally the whole bubble burst one day when this girl, who I figured her name was, I don't know what it was, but it was going to be fantastic right when I found it out. It turned out to be Cindy. Came over, I don't know, I had this whole idea of who she was, and she sat down and said, "Say, what's happening?" And I had gone through this whole, I'd gone through this whole change here. draw the water from the well and stare beyond the plains to where the mountains lie so still. But it's a long way that I have come across the sand to find this peace among your people in the sun, where the families work the land as they have always done. Oh, it's so far the other way, my country's gone. Across my home has grown the shadow of a cruel and senseless hand, though in some strong hearts the love and truth remain. It has taken me this distance and a woman's smile to learn that my heart remains among them, and to them I must return. But it's a long way that I have come across the sand to find you here among these people in the sun, where your children will be born. You'll watch them as they run. Oh, it's so far the other way, my life has gone. But if you look for me, Maria, you will find me in the shade, wide awake or in a dream, it's hard to tell. If you come to me, Maria, I will show you what I've made. It's a picture for Our Lady of the Well. There's one thing about that uncola, it'll make you burp. I guess that's natural, that's all right. Lots of things make you burp. My phrasing gets strange, it's just me trying to dodge a burp. This song here is for a girl I knew that worked on an organic vegetable farm in Malibu. And she was really into vegetables. New York, you know, you say organic in New York and people laugh. You say health and they just shake their heads, you know. It's just like just a concept here, you know, just sort of like a theory. Health, yeah, health. and health foods are a hoax. Anyway, she's really into her vegetables and her yoga and her meditation. Some people said she was studying to be a vegetable. Those people were from New York. Just have one more of this encore. I don't make it the way they used to do, though. It's a little harder now. This girl worked for this old Italian guy that had invented a sweet lemon. I mean, no, to say he invented it, that's wrong. He grew a sweet lemon. He was really into vegetables himself. And I used to go down there and help her pick figs and get up in the morning and talk to the carrots and stuff, you know. But mainly, I was after the secret of the sweet lemon because until you've tasted a sweet lemon, you know, that too is just a concept, you know. He called it a cocktail lemon. This is all the truth. He called it a cocktail lemon because he figured that'd be a commercial way of, you know, getting it off the ground, you know. Sweet lemons, you know. It just goes by most people, sweet lemons, you know. But unless you go around giving them each individual little pieces of a sweet lemon, and then they still think you probably injected it with something sweet to make it that way, you know. But I picked this lemon off a tree and it was sweet. I'd like to dedicate this song to sweet lemons everywhere. Jamaica was a lovely one, I played her well, as we lay in the tall grass where the shadows fell, hiding from the children so they would not tell. We would stay there till her sister rang the evening bell. Jamaica, say you will help me find a way to fill these empty hours. Say you will come again tomorrow. The daughter of a captain on the rolling seas, she would stare across the water from the trees. Last time he was home, he held her on his knees, and so the next time they would sail away, just where they please. Jamaica, say you will help me find a way to fill these lifeless sails and stay until my ships can find the sea. Jamaica was a sweet young one, I loved her true. She was a comfort and a mercy through. Hiding from this world together, next thing I knew, they had brought her things down to the bay. What could I do? Jamaica, say help me find a way to fill these sails, and we will sail until our waters have run dry. inside your houses. There's no time to find you now. Well, your walls are burning and your towers are turning. I'm gonna leave you here and try to get down to the sea somehow. Rock me on the water, sister, will you soothe my fevered brow? Oh, rock me on the water, I'll get down to the sea somehow. The road is filled with homeless souls, every woman, child, and man, who have no idea where they will go, but they'll help you if they can. Now everyone must have some thought that's gonna pull them through somehow. Oh, the fires are raging hotter and hotter, but the sisters of the sun are gonna rock me on the water now. Rock me on the water, sister, will you soothe my fevered brow? Oh, rock me on the water, I'll get down to the sea somehow. Oh, people, look among you, it's there your hope must lie. There's a seabird above you, gliding in one place, like Jesus in the sky. We all must do the best we can, and then hang on to that gospel plow. When my life is over, gonna stand before the Father, but the sisters of the sun are gonna rock me on the water now. Rock me on the water, sister, will you soothe my fevered brow? Oh, rock me on the water, maybe I'll remember, maybe I'll remember how. Rock me on the water, the wind is with me now. So rock me on the water, I'll get down to the sea somehow.
And I'll stop it there, man. I really don't want to. Uh, God, that was just magical, absolutely magical. Great performance. David Lindley is really good. Uh, that was said. That was so stripped down, but it sounded so full. Really strange. Just beautiful. I don't know. I'm kind of overwhelmed there, particularly with the last song, "Rock Me on the Water," which is one of my very favorite songs of all time. I've got this list, a thousand or two songs that are best songs ever done, and that's sure on the list, man. I'll tell you what, I love it. And Jamaica Say You Will, and I loved his little silly raps that he was doing there, between songs. That was so funny. But yeah, I love that whole album. It's one of Songs Forever, man. It's one of those albums that every single cut is just great. There's no bad cut on the whole album. It's a great thing. So anyway, Yeah, man, I was really excited to listen to that because it's got three of my favorite songs on it, right there in a row. So, yeah, I was excited to listen to that little portion of the concert. It's so cool that this has been preserved and that it's out there. I mean, this wasn't published as an album or anything like that, but it's been archived, and so it's there for the listening pleasure. By the way, I always put the link down there in the comment section, and you can link to this concert and download the whole damn thing. You know, it's it's just out there for free. So I don't know. Like I say, I've got a bunch of shit that I burned to CDs. But anyway, so that's it for tonight. And yeah, hit like, subscribe, and all that junk, and hit the notification bell. I'm kind of scattered here. So anyway, we will see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.